The name of the Soviet professor Neumyvakin needs no introduction. In this video, we have compiled advice and practical recommendations from Neumyvakin on various aspects of maintaining and improving health. 1. General Neumyvakin's advice. 2. Hydrogen peroxide. 3. Neumyvakin squats. 4. Blood pressure 120/E. How to support heart health. 5. Neumyvakin's breathing exercises. 6. Exercises for sleep. 7. Neumyvakin on the use of mustard. What are the pieces of advice from Professor Neumyvakin that we can utilize to enhance our own health? How can we incorporate them into our lives, and what can we expect as a result? The first and perhaps the most important advice is to chew food thoroughly and for an extended period. We've all heard about this since childhood, but only a few adhere to such a practice. What does it provide? Firstly, meticulous chewing significantly eases the workload of the digestive system, as initial breakdown begins in the oral cavity. Consequently, the absorption of valuable nutrients increases. The outcome is normalized bowel movements and a regular bathroom schedule. The second piece of advice is to avoid consuming large amounts of liquids while eating. Although this advice is often contradicted, citing dishes like soups as an example, in practice, digestion is notably improved. When combined with moderate portion control, the stomach gradually shrinks, allowing you to feel satiated with the smallest of servings. Despite how implausible this might sound to some, many find a bowl of soup or a single small sandwich sufficient for a quick snack instead of having 3 separate courses. Moving on to the third dietary advice. It involves actively supplementing animal products with vegetables, fruits, grains, and other plant-based sources of nutrients at a ratio of no less than 1 to 4 of the total volume. Adhering to this principle enables you to prevent processes of decay in the intestines, trigger active peristalsis, restore the intestinal microflora, enhance the absorption of vitamins and minerals. Overall, improve your well-being. We propose to address the respiratory rhythm. In our childhood, we were taught to take deep breaths, assuring us of its benefits for our health. However, delving into physiology, carbon dioxide is not merely a byproduct of the respiratory cycle. It actually prepares cells for the subsequent intake of oxygen, and frequent and deep inhalations lead to the development of pulmonary hyperventilation. This can result in dizziness and headaches due to excessive oxygen influx and the cell's inability to assimilate it. This occurs due to an excessively low concentration of carbon dioxide in the blood. By the way, some weight loss breathing exercises are based on this principle as well. The well-known body flex and similar methods practically yield significant weight loss results without requiring significant physical effort. These practices largely align with Professor Neumyvakin's views. The fifth piece of advice is related to the regimen of physical activity and the consumption of pure drinking water. Throughout the day, it's necessary to drink at least 1.5 to 2 liters of pure water. Begin with 1 glass immediately after waking up in the morning. Returning to physical movements, our body requires monotonous and prolonged engagement in aerobic sports. Their distinction from anaerobic gym workouts involving weights lies in the active elevation of oxygen consumption and its proper assimilation by the cells of the entire organism. In this regimen, breathing processes are activated, excess fat is burned, skin tightening occurs, and many other metabolic processes are stimulated. An option could be light jogging, brisk walking, swimming, jump rope exercises, and stretching routines targeting major muscle groups. By following these principles, you'll be able to maintain your own health for many years at a level sufficient for leading a regular healthy lifestyle. Hydrogen peroxide. To enhance the fundamental cellular processes within the body, Professor Neumyvakin recommended using hydrogen peroxide. This substance possesses a range of beneficial properties, but it's important to understand how hydrogen peroxide acts on the body and how to use it correctly. What is the significance of using hydrogen peroxide? Hydrogen peroxide consists of a peroxide molecule where 2 hydrogen atoms are combined with 2 oxygen atoms. When it interacts with the body's tissues, it releases active atomic oxygen, which acts as a powerful antioxidant. The interaction with atomic oxygen enriches the tissues and cells with oxygen. leading to antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, and antiparasitic effects, as well as the neutralization of free radicals. Many diseases arise from cells and organs being insufficiently supplied with oxygen, and therefore energy. This disruption leads to a compromised metabolic rate and the potential for cell mutations. In conjunction with inadequate oxygen supply to cells, there's also insufficient absorption of nutrients, reduced effectiveness in their detoxification, and accumulation of metabolic byproducts. These conditions create a conducive environment for the onset of disease. Hydrogen peroxide is naturally synthesized by the immune system's cells. However, the atomic oxygen derived from it isn't always sufficient to facilitate all biochemical transformations. This can lead to the formation of pathological foci, disruption of the proper bacterial composition in the gut, and the development of various illnesses. How to use hydrogen peroxide according to Neumyvakin. When consumed internally, hydrogen peroxide might lead to various uncomfortable sensations due to the impact of atomic oxygen on the body. This phenomenon is comparable to a city dweller entering a forest, as the professor explains in his book. To begin using hydrogen peroxide, you should start with 1 drop per 50 milliliters of water before breakfast, lunch, and dinner, about 30 minutes before or 2 hours after eating. Gradually increase by 1 drop each day up to 10 drops, then pause for 2 to 3 days and proceed to take 10 drops 3 times a day, with breaks every 2 to 3 days. There are no restrictions on the duration of hydrogen peroxide usage. Another method of applying hydrogen peroxide recommended by Neumyvakin involves nasal instillation. This entails using a whole pipette of liquid, in which 10 to 15 drops of hydrogen peroxide are diluted in a tablespoon of water. After a few days, if well tolerated, you can increase the dosage to 2 pipettes for each nostril. When mucus starts to be expelled from the nose, gently blow your nose while alternately closing one nostril and then the other. This treatment is particularly effective for upper respiratory tract infections, headaches, and Parkinson's disease. When will hydrogen peroxide be beneficial? Based on his research and observations, Professor Neumyvakin asserts that this treatment will have a positive impact in the following scenarios. In cases of cardiovascular diseases, after myocardial infarction and stroke, for various skin conditions and mucous membrane lesions, when dealing with respiratory tract diseases, both acute and chronic, if there are issues with the endocrine system, including diabetes, for individuals suffering from obesity, metabolic syndrome, and spinal osteochondrosis, after recovering from severe infectious diseases, injuries, and surgeries, for problems with the urogenital system, when immunity is compromised and there are disruptions in the body's defense system, even in cases of oncological processes. The pathogenetic effect of atomic oxygen allows for the activation of each cell's function, and its high regenerative activity is primarily aimed at neutralizing foreign and atypical cells and antigens. The use of hydrogen peroxide elevates the overall vitality of the body, rejuvenates it, and exerts a stimulating influence on most of the processes taking place within it. When is this treatment not recommended? The method of hydrogen peroxide intake should be absolutely avoided during pregnancy, while breastfeeding, and in cases of individual intolerance or sudden deterioration of well-being while consuming diluted hydrogen peroxide. All this information is derived from Neumyvakin's book, Hydrogen Peroxide, Myths and Reality. Squats according to Neumyvakin's recommendations. Exercises within Neumyvakin's health improvement system hold a significant place. He emphasized that engaging in physical activity is crucial for one's health. However, not everyone, due to their health condition, can attend gyms. Therefore, Neumyvakin developed a set of exercises that are accessible to almost everyone. We're talking about squats. What is the purpose of squats performed according to the professor's methodology? These exercises provide the following effects. Engage the muscles around the leg joints, enabling their motor activity. Enhance overall muscle tone, contributing to body contouring. Improve mineral metabolism, preventing salt accumulation and reducing edema. Normalize blood circulation, stabilizing heart function and restoring arterial pressure. serve as preventive measures against prostate issues in men and pelvic organ problems in women, boost immunity and counteract aging. How to perform the exercises. To prepare for the exercises, it's important to do a little warm-up, oxygenating the tissues by taking several deep breaths and exhales. It's best to do the gymnastics outdoors or in a well-ventilated room. There are two types of squats. The first is performed with mandatory hand support, placed at waist level. The second exercise involves movement on the buttocks. How to do exercise 1. Hold onto a support at the level of your navel with your hands. Your feet are firmly planted on the floor or ground. Lean your body backward and maintain this position with your arms extended. Perform the squat slowly. The depth of the squat is determined by your individual capacity. After squatting, return to the initial position without lifting your hands. The number of squats is also individually determined, but it's advisable to increase gradually with each session. It's important to engage in this exercise daily, aiming to reach at least 30 squats by the end of the first month. How to do exercise 2. Sit on the floor with your legs relaxed and extended forward, arms bent at the elbows. Now, alternately perform forward movements, lifting your buttocks. Aim to do this exercise several times a day. It aids the gastrointestinal tract, promotes urinary excretion, and helps reduce cellulite. These exercises can significantly boost your body's performance and enhance your well-being. Who should avoid practicing using this methodology? Exercise should not be performed during pregnancy. If there are traumatic injuries, fractures, ligament tears, and hematomas, and also if there are severe back pains of unidentified origin. In other cases, squats, according to Neumyvakin's recommendations, can help you maintain tone and strengthen your health. Blood pressure 120/80. How to support heart health. Our main engine, as the heart is often referred to, just like any muscle, requires exercise. Dr. Neumyvakin understood this well and devised simple exercises for cardiovascular training that won't harm even elderly and ill individuals. How to keep your heart healthy. The first exercise is walking. Despite its simplicity, this exercise is crucial for the entire body. Firstly, all muscles are engaged during movement. Secondly, the spine and joints benefit. Each joint is lubricated by a special synovial fluid. People who move regularly experience a normalized production of this fluid, significantly extending the lifespan of their joints. The stretching of the musculoskeletal system during walking serves as excellent prevention for intercostal neuralgia. But how does this affect the heart? Directly, as walks are an ideal form of cardiovascular exercise. Unlike running or cycling, they are suitable for people of all ages and practically any health condition. Dr. Neumyvakin recommended the Nordic walking technique, noting that using special poles would aid the elderly while allowing younger individuals to engage their arm muscles as well. He didn't set a specific walking duration, but emphasized the importance of daily walks, even if for short periods. Breathing according to Neumyvakin's recommendations. Neumyvakin's focus on breathing in his health-promoting processes was not accidental. After all, it is through the process of air circulation that our bodies become enriched with oxygen and carbon dioxide. While many discuss oxygen needs, the significance of carbon dioxide often remains overlooked. Nevertheless, the body requires around 6 to 6.5% of it. However, due to atmospheric pollution and improper breathing, the carbon dioxide levels in most people don't exceed 4%. This leads to the deceleration and disruption of numerous processes within internal organs. Protein synthesis, hormone secretion, and blood formation processes suffer significantly. To address this issue, Professor Neumyvakin developed respiratory gymnastics that allow for an increase in carbon dioxide concentration. The first exercise is a slow inhalation through the abdomen, holding the breath for 4 seconds, and a slow exhalation. Repeat this exercise multiple times throughout the day. The second exercise is a calm inhalation and exhalation, followed by holding the breath for 20 to 30 seconds. Gradually increase the breath-holding time to 1 minute. The third exercise involves breathing into a paper bag. Press the bag against your face, covering your mouth and nose. Inhale and exhale through the bag. Inhale the air from the bag again. With each inhalation, the carbon dioxide level in the body will rise. Repeat this exercise for 30 seconds. Practice the entire breathing routine several times a day, and you'll feel an improvement in your well-being and an increase in energy. Exercises for sleep. The final exercise in Dr. Neumyvakin's breathing routine can also be used independently to address sleep issues. Sleep disturbances can affect overall well-being, endurance, productivity, and psychological state. Neumyvakin knew how to effectively and safely normalize sleep without resorting to pharmaceutical interventions. How will the breathing exercise with a bag help you fall asleep? Following Professor Neumyvakin's recommendation, simple breathing exercises with a bag can help normalize sleep and improve morning well-being. How to do it? Don't throw away bags that bread comes in. You can also use a regular plastic bag. Before sleep, place the bag against your lips, ensuring there's no gap with outside air, and breathe in and out into the bag. Start the exercise at 30 seconds and gradually increase the duration to 2 minutes. After such breathing exercises, sleep will come as soon as your head touches the pillow and will last until morning. What's the secret? The secret lies in the fact that breathing in a mixture enriched with carbon dioxide leads to the dilation of blood vessels in the brain, promoting calmness and inducing sleepiness. What is the essence of breathing into a bag according to Neumyvakin's recommendation? Constant gas exchange takes place in the human body. Oxygen and carbon dioxide are present in the blood to maintain essential functions. When there's a lack of carbon dioxide, various pathological reactions occur because carbon dioxide regulates the correctness of breathing, maintains the necessary blood pH, leads to the dilation of small blood vessels in the brain, internal organs, and muscles, stimulates gas exchange, enhances the hidden potential of the immune system. Breathing through a paper bag enriches the inhaled air with exhaled carbon dioxide, which promotes the activation of numerous reactions in the body, normalizes the functioning of the cardiovascular and respiratory systems, and benefits brain function. Breathing into a paper bag is beneficial and helps alleviate symptoms of various conditions. So, this exercise helps to stabilize glucose levels in diabetes, reduce the frequency and intensity of migraine headaches, discontinue nitroglycerin use in angina, as attacks will cease, restore breathing in bronchial asthma, recover faster from neurological disorders. Moreover, these exercises can have a significant positive impact, as mentioned earlier, on insomnia, joint pain, and the function of the kidneys and liver. It's through the normalization of blood acidity and the activation of tissue respiration that many ailments can be overcome. Breathing into a paper bag or pouch can help with this. Give it a try. Neumyvakin on the use of mustard. Dr. Neumyvakin considered mustard to be almost a universal remedy for combating ailments. Judge for yourself. He identified at least 15 areas of its medical application. When mustard will help. Mustard contains enzymes that accelerate the process of food digestion in the stomach. This helps to prevent constipation and other digestive problems. To do this, crush 5 mustard seeds and mix them with a teaspoon of honey. Take this remedy 15 minutes before meals, drinking warm water. The second group of ailments in which mustard has a healing effect is circulatory disorders and related cardiovascular diseases. Mustard contains sulfur, which helps dilate blood vessels and improve blood circulation. Mustard also lowers cholesterol levels in the blood. This is important for combating atherosclerosis, hypertension, and heart muscle disorders. In cases of hypertension, it is useful to use mustard plasters, but they should only be applied to the back of the head and calf muscles. Mustard also contains many antioxidants, including sulforaphane, which protects the body from free radicals and helps prevent cancer development. Therefore, mustard is used in the prevention of stomach and colon cancer. Mustard stimulates the production of bile, which helps improve digestion and prevent the formation of gallstones. This seasoning is also beneficial for those with diabetes. Professor Neumyvakin wrote that regular consumption of mustard helps lower blood sugar levels. Mustard effectively reduces inflammation, It has antibacterial properties that reduce the risk of urinary tract infections. Due to its vitamin C content, mustard strengthens the immune system and protects the body from viruses. Additionally, it contains microelements such as iron and magnesium, which are necessary for the normal progression of many biochemical processes in our body. Mustard contains vitamins and microelements essential for skin and hair health. Combined with its ability to improve blood circulation, mustard actively stimulates hair growth. For hair care, mix 400 milliliters of warm water and a tablespoon of mustard and rub it into the hair for 2 to 3 minutes. Then rinse thoroughly. In mustard, special attention should be paid to vitamin A, which is essential for maintaining eye health and good vision. Regular consumption of mustard protects the eyes from degenerative changes, including those common in older people. Respiratory infections and the flu are problems we all encounter every year and which can be avoided with mustard. A proven method to treat a cold is to sprinkle dry mustard powder into socks and wear them for several days. Change the powder as needed. For a severe lingering cold, mustard baths can help. Mix 200 grams of mustard powder in water until it reaches the consistency of sour cream and pour it into the bath at a temperature not exceeding 36 degrees Celsius. The time spent in the bath should not exceed 10 minutes. For children, the amount of mustard in the bath should not exceed 50 grams. Bronchial asthma and other respiratory tract diseases are also indications for the use of mustard, as it has mucolytic properties that help thin mucus and improve the secretion of phlegm in respiratory diseases. For various respiratory diseases, in addition to consuming mustard, using mustard plasters is useful. For bronchitis and other inflammatory processes in the lungs and airways, apply them to the chest and between the shoulder blades. Mustard plasters should be kept for no more than 15 minutes, and on delicate skin, use a cloth pad to avoid burns. To relieve severe cough with phlegm, mix half a teaspoon of mustard seeds with a teaspoon of honey and half a teaspoon of melted butter. Take this mixture 3 times a day, drinking hot milk or warm water. For neuralgia and muscle pain, mustard plasters will also help, but they should be applied directly to the site of the pinched nerve. Considering the anti-inflammatory properties of mustard, it is worth noting its application in rheumatoid and arthritis. Exacerbations of these ailments will be easier to bear if mustard is consumed, as it not only accelerates healing, but also alleviates pain. To combat pain, crush mustard seeds and mix them with water. Then apply the mixture to a cloth and place it on the painful area. Cover with paper on top. Mustard also helps alleviate headaches, including migraines. This effect is also due to mustard's ability to reduce inflammation and stimulate blood circulation in the blood vessels of the head. For hiccups, add a little vinegar to the mustard and mix it into a paste, then apply it to 1/3 of your tongue. For cramps, mustard oil will be useful. If you rub it onto the site of the spasm, it will pass fairly quickly. When not to consume mustard, contraindications for using this product include allergies to it, pregnancy, taking certain medications with which this plant interacts poorly, as well as acute forms of kidney diseases and gastrointestinal tract disorders. We hope that these recommendations from Dr. Neumyvakin will help you. We have purposely compiled them into one video so that the insights of this legendary healer are always at your fingertips. Wishing you health and longevity.